My name is Joshua Bee Alafia, and I'm a Brooklyn-based filmmaker. I've lived all over the states in that I was born in Boston, grew up in Texas, spent 10 years in California, and I've been in Brooklyn the last 12 years. And I got into filmmaking, I studied filmmaking in high school. I think that was a big spark, but even before that, my father was a projectionist when I was little, so I got to see a lot of amazing films as a really young kid, 4 years old, seeing The Harder They Come, and Enter the Dragon, La Strada. Those were three films that really impacted me as a child. The Wizard of Oz impacted me big time too. So yeah, I think, and so moving around a lot has kind of made me shoot a lot of fish out of water type films. And magical realism as well. This is my thing. I'm honored to be screening Let's Stay Together at the New Voices in Black Cinema Festival. It's a film that has been a real labor of love. I've been working on it for years. It started as a documentary that I wanted to do about how difficult seems to be to keep families together. In the African American community especially, and it morphed as time went on. I had a hard time getting brothers to really come and give me interviews, and I decided I was going to script a film. And I also had the idea to do something with Al Green because I was trying to interview him for the documentary, and he's very difficult to find. And I just came with this idea of a filmmaker who is obsessed with interviewing Al Green. And in real life, I had to drive to Memphis to his church and kind of bum rush him. But he was, he didn't want to be interviewed, but he did tell me to go ahead and make my movie. So it was kind of an anointing, and didn't feel like it at the time, but I realized later that he gave his blessing, and we made a film that just was full of a lot of hard work and passion by everybody involved. I mean, it took like 4 years to shoot it. I was shooting it in between other projects with no budget, just all out of my pocket. Very low budget, just basically feeding folks. And it came out to be a film I feel like is very dynamic and showing different experiences of couples dealing with parenting and different states of mind. People dealing with their own failure to grasp reality in a way that other folks are grasping reality. So it's a lot going on in the film. Each film I make, I like to create a spark, a spark that expands in people's mind. It may be something that expands the realm of possibility in the subconscious. And I try to do that with this film. And the premise is so absurd that, I feel like it's impossible to think that, Al Green's music is going to bring families together. But I feel like, the film has a way of casting a spell. So, I've had, I've also been doing a documentary series with all the interviews, and I've had people from around the country actually hit me up on emails telling me that, the documentary series is helping them work stuff out. So film is very powerful with the subconscious. So every film, there's a spark, and this one is, let's try and work it out and raise these kids together. That's what I want people to leave with. This film has a common thread with my other works in that there's a thread of magical realism in it. But really, it's very different in that it's in English. It's my first film that's shot in the States. I've been shooting outside of the States. And it's a film that I think is my first to really look at the African American experience, where I've been really concentrated in the diaspora, shooting in Cuba, Brazil, Ethiopia, and Paris, and dealing with Africans in Paris, African American in Paris. So yeah, this film is with the same thread of African diaspora, but it's more home and it's more personal to me. And it's funny, in my first cut, I even started with examining my creation, my parents and everything. I cut that out, but it's still a very personal piece. Hi, my name is Joshua Bee Alafia, and my film Let's Stay Together will be screening at the New Voices and Black Cinema Film Festival. Please come out and check it.